Hola, my name is Mr. Filoramo. I'm a world language teacher at Eisenhower Middle School, and I wanted to just show a few ways that I've been able to use a Chromebook for myself in my classroom, with my colleagues, and then with my students. I want to go kind of quickly through the first two parts. I've used the Chromebook successfully for organizational purposes, and this is my own organized mess, so you're free to debate whether it's organized or not. But for me, it's very helpful to be able to, for instance, bookmark all of my daily apps, as you can see up top there, so that anytime kids are coming in the room and I realize, I need something else for my warm up, or, I need to be able to shoot an email quickly without kind of getting sidetracked, I could just click it and move on. So that's been very helpful to me. And another way that I've used the Chromebook for organization is by being part of Google+. Our school gave us Google accounts that have a roxbury.org domain. So we have access to most of the Google products, and one of them is Google+, which is a great resource for sharing digital media of any kind. And what I'll do is, as I'm using the internet or as I find something that I really like, I will like it using Google+, and then I will tag it with a hashtag to organize it. And that hashtag would have to represent whatever the topic was, and it would have to be unique. So mine always start with my last name because nobody's got it. And then it's whatever the class is that I'm teaching. I do teach a character ed course. So anytime I find a video or an article that might be good for those classes, I'll share them on Google+, hashtag character ed. And then if this will cooperate here, you should be able to see a few different resources that I've organized for myself without having to necessarily save them on the computer itself. So they're already stored online for me. In terms of colleagues, I've found that having the Chromebooks on us every day is an awesome resource so that we can share materials. We can also keep an eye on different students and their behavior, and it's also great for professional development. So, for instance, during one of our in-service days, the world language teachers at the middle school met with the world language teachers at the high school, and we were able to create a shared Google Drive folder. And a lot of our content overlaps with the Spanish 1 course. So anything that these teachers are doing, they can save into this folder or a copy of it, and vice versa. We can do the same and sort of collaborate that way because we don't get much time to speak in person, and this sort of speeds that process up. Another way that I've been able to share resources is through teaching different professional development classes after school. And what I like to do with those is whatever app I want to use or I want to teach, the teachers how to use for technology in their classroom, I'll make the resources for my PD class using that format. So here's an example where I taught a differentiation lesson to the teachers, and I just compiled a whole bunch of different resources right in a blend space. You heard blend space spoken about in another slide, and it's a really good resource. It's a really nice visual representation of a whole bunch of different things that all do have a common thread. I find that's tricky for students to sort of keep their online and digital content organized and neat and know exactly where to find it when they need to find it. So typically what I'll do is create a blend space for each unit of study. And then any videos that help with that unit or notes or whatever else, I could just save them to the blend space and students can access them anytime. The last thing I want to show you in terms of collegial collaboration that I've found useful includes behavior management. And one thing that I learned from some experienced teachers is to keep behavior reflections on hand at all times so that when students kind of break the class procedures enough times, you can send them away from the group and give them a chance to reflect on what they're doing and a chance to propose a solution to do better in the future. So this is a behavior reflection that I created as a Google form. And the reason I wanted to do this was because anytime a kid is acting up, and it's too many times, I will send them the form via email, and the student has to fill out all these questions about how they were feeling, what they were corrected for, and what kind of solutions they're going to propose to making the situation better. And immediately that gets stored in a spreadsheet of responses. And I actually made a copy of this and then shared it with my colleague when she was having difficulty with one or two students. And she said it really seemed to help because it was quick. They already had the Chromebooks on their desks. There was no need for paper.